I'm not even sure where to start. I guess I could start with an introduction. My name is Marcus Bienemy. I live in San Diego, California. I'm 17 years old. I graduated in less than 3 months. And I've always wanted to do content creation, but I've always been too lazy to even start. Like I've always had the materials, not always, more or less this year. I've gotten the materials like kind of not necessarily handed to me, but readily available to me. For example, this microphone and the camera that I'm filming off of right now, my school provides that. Not it's just for school use, but my teacher, the program that I'm in, lets me use something like this. And I have many pathways that I could go after high school, but I'm not sure if I want to pursue those because content creation has always been my dream, along with having like a business, a clothing brand. But I know that everybody wants to have a clothing brand. It's a very like oversaturated business, and so it's hard to think about like how am I going to be better than everybody else, you know? Because I know that whatever I set my mind to, I will be able to do very well. But I want to be able to do something that I enjoy, and I want to be able to get paid for it. And for all I know, this video could totally flop, and I could be recording this for absolutely nothing. But what are the chances that this video does blow up? 5 to 6 months from now, my life has completely changed. You know, I mean, I've learned how to edit videos. I'm sort of learning photography. It's all been things that like I feel like have been out of my reach, but if you really think about it, nothing is out of somebody's reach. If you really want it, you'll find a way to do it. And I mean, look at me now. I genuinely never thought I was going to film this video. I've always wanted to film the video and I've always thought about what I was going to say, but now that I have everything, my mind is just blanking out. And was it more of like was it supposed to stay in the dream, or is it good that I'm making the dream happen? You know. I see all these videos of people saying how easy it is to get rich, and people will work their entire lives and still not ever reach what they wanted to reach. And I don't want to live that life. I want to be able to reach more than what I want in life. I want to be able to sit back and be like, wow, I did this. So I'm surrounded by a lot of good people in my life. My mentor, my teacher, the person who lets me use this camera and this microphone. He's taught me a lot of the real world, along with my dad and my mom. They all have been realistic with me, Like, they told me that if I really want something, it's never just going to be handed to you. And on the rare occasion that it is, you still have to work for it. Like, you can't just be handed something and expect everything to go smoothly after that. And believe me, whenever I say I'm totally not in a horrible situation in my life. Like, I could go to the military, serve 4 years, and get out and do whatever, but I think that my talents could be used somewhere else. Everybody is so excited to be graduating in less than 3 months, and here I am stressing because I'm not sure if any of this is going to work. And I really want it to work, and I will try my hardest, but that's the thing, is that some people will try their hardest and what they do will not work. But the difference between that is, are you going to try and then it doesn't work and you're going to give up? Or are you going to try? You're just going to keep trying until something works. You know, the future is scary because nobody knows what it looks like. Anything could happen at any moment. So I try to live in the moment the best that I can, but whenever my future isn't secured, it's a little bit hard, you know. Don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do, because the only limit that you have on yourself, you create that limit. Nobody else creates that limit for you. Um, I know for a fact that I'm lazy and that even with motivation, it's hard for me to be able to do things. But the moment that that barrier is broken of laziness and it's just straight work, things will come to you that you never thought would come to you before. It's actually kind of crazy. I genuinely wasn't even going to film this video today. I mean, there was a circumstance that hit me where it was my teacher wasn't available and I was just going to go home and be like, I'll film it another day. But then I thought about it and I said, if I don't film it today, I probably will never film it at all. And so you just kind of have to make that jump where you have to realize if you keep holding it off, it's never going to happen. And better late than never is an actual thing. Sure, I could have started filming 6 months ago, a whole year ago, and who knows how things would be for me right now. Maybe I would be more successful. But the fact that I even started is, it opened up a new branch of things that are possible. For those people who are watching me that are younger than me, let's just say a sophomore or a junior, depending on what you want to do in life, don't let anybody tell you that school is the most important thing in the world, because in reality, it's not. I know so many people who have lower grades and a lower GPA than I do, and they have their life figured out, and their life is going to be pretty well off. Some people I know have a lower GPA than me in high school right now and are doing a lot better than some people are in their late 20s, early 30s. It's all about being good at what you want to do. And I want to be good at this. I want to be good at filming, making YouTube videos about my life, you know? It's more or less, am I willing to put the work in? Are you willing to put the work in? And you really have to dig deep within yourself to find that, if you are willing to do that. Well, till next time.